I've grown accustomed to so many different things on the spiritual path, and yet I've outgrown so many things on the spiritual path as well. And one of the most important things to outgrow is to have a lack of belief in yourself. You have to get to the point to where you have almost a delusional kind of self-confidence in yourself and belief in yourself if you really want to make it in this world. And the reason that I want to talk about this kind of topic today is because so many people in the world want you small. People want you to not feel your best. People want you to not be attractive. People want you to not be successful. People want you to not achieve the things that they don't think that you're capable of achieving. And yet you know that you're capable of achieving those things. And so why would you ever even want to consider listening to the people that are telling you to get a this, get a that, do a this, do a that, when they can't even handle themselves? You know, I've had jobs in the past where I've asked myself, why am I working for these people? And it's not because I don't value the service that I'm providing. I don't value the work that I'm doing. It's not that at all. It's not that at all. It's the people that are in the lead are just leading us into the ditch. It's the blind leading the blind. Nobody really knows what's going on. Nobody really seems to notice. Nobody really seems to care. And it's like, why am I here? Why am I really here? And if you're asking yourself that question, then you're not in the right spot. Let me tell you that for sure. You want to get into a place to where you're around highly intelligent people that are capable of having at least an empathetic understanding of your situation and are at least somewhat in line spiritually. Now, you're going to notice a few things about these kinds of people that are actually in tune with within tune of their spirituality. And a lot of it comes down to recognizing the snakes. If you can't recognize the snakes around you when the grass is cut, it's going to be very challenging for you to discern who's actually even worth trusting to begin with. And so that's why I like to keep it low key, but these snakes are going to value the lies more than they're going to value the truth. And if you're going to be gaslit into believing that you cannot believe in yourself, what are you doing with your life? What do you want? What do you care about? What do you plan to do with your life? Repeat after me. Repeat after me. I am going to choose to be a strong person for myself. Did you repeat it? Good. Now say that again. Okay. Now that we've got that squared away, make sure that all of your decisions are coming from a place of decisiveness, strength, fortitude of mind, and the spirit and truth of reality. A lot of the times, these people don't want to live in reality. They want you to live in their lie because they can't handle the reality that is not their delusion. But one thing that you have to be delusional about is your self-belief in yourself. To choose to have a belief in yourself. It can be very scary to do that because it might mean going against the whole world. That's one thing that I had to go through. Do you think that I wanted to lose people that I cared about close to me? Do you think that I wanted to have to let go of the people that were no longer serving me? Did you think that I wanted to repent for all of the sins that I went through and had to repent for? Not necessarily. But I knew that I needed God's salvation, and I knew that I needed God's strength bestowed within me. Otherwise, I would not have been able to proceed in my life. And so many times people are going to try to tell you that, oh, just tolerate this, tolerate that. Just let it go. You might not want to let it go sometimes with certain things and certain individuals. Now, there's a difference between letting people go and letting situations go, and then letting people disrespect you. If you're going to let people disrespect you, then you do not respect yourself. And that may be tough to hear for somebody out there listening to this message, but it is true. If you do not value yourself and appreciate yourself, you're not going to be able to notice when someone is disrespecting you. And a lot of the times people may use this sarcasm to try to, prick at your dreams. That's why I don't tell people my exact goals. I'll tell people my crazy goals that are probably never going to happen. That I'm probably going to be that I might be a millionaire. I'm planning to be a millionaire by 40. Or I'm planning to be a billionaire by 45. People will look at you with this, okay, well, at least I'm trying. It may not happen. And I'm not saying that that's like my goal. I'm just saying that that's a goal that I would just throw out to somebody because I don't want them to necessarily know my goals. And that's part of the whole knowing who to trust. Because when the grass is cut, once again, when the grass is cut, the snakes will show for sure. And the snakes, they're going to try to bite you. They're going to try to hide in the grass for just long enough to where if they get their chance to strike, they're going to strike. And the snake, you have to understand, especially as an actual species, doesn't always want to be the aggressor, but it will act in aggression if it feels that it is threatened. So the key then is to make sure that if you recognize a snake, know how not to piss off that snake to make it try to attack you for no reason. Don't let the snake get defensive for no reason. How do you do this? Don't try to instigate any kind of interaction with it. And that's exactly how you have to treat some of these people out here. Just steer away. They don't care about your goals. They don't want to support you. They don't want to actually put in the work themselves to do it. They just want to see you fall. And how pathetically crazy is that? You see, we live in a world where there is quote-unquote value in being weak. There's quote-unquote value in being flaky. There's quote-unquote value in choosing to be a self-righteous prick. But all of a sudden, when you start focusing on yourself, when you start paying attention to only yourself, oh, now he's arrogant. Oh, now he's this. Now he's that. Now she's this. Now she's that. You can't win with these people. You cannot win with these people. So who cares what they think? And you're not even trying to do anything. You're just doing what you need to do and what you want to do to make your dreams come true. That rhymed. But yeah, it's the truth. You're just trying to accomplish what you want to accomplish in this life. And they don't want to see that happen because it reminds them of how little they're actually doing with their life. I remember there were times when I was with ex-friends or ex-family friends and family members where they would just say, "Oh, just have a little fun, just do this. It's only, it's only this time of year we get to do this. So just do it. Who cares? Who wants to take their life seriously anymore?" Ha 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 ha. Shots. Smoking weed or whatever else it is out there. Eating a bunch of terrible junk food for you. That's what I really don't like about the pagan holidays anymore, is that all it is just a celebration of gluttony, pride, and greed. They're just celebrations of sins, which is one of the reasons why I don't celebrate pagan holidays anymore. And speaking of which, there is a biblical holiday coming up next week, the Feast of Trumpets. I don't know where I'll be going, but I have taken a couple days off of my day job, so I'll be going someplace. I'm thinking about going to a national park or something. I'm not sure just yet, but we'll find out. And I'll be doing a little bit of traveling, so we'll see in the future where we go and where we land. But I want to make some videos out there as well for you guys. And if you're thinking about wanting to travel and people don't want to see you traveling to these places or whatever, sometimes you don't have the finances. That's true. Sometimes you don't have the finances. And I don't recommend you taking a vacation or a trip or anything if you just are going just to go. Even when I take my breaks, I'm going to take this break for the biblical holiday, the Feast of Trumpets, next weekend, I'm still going to be working. I'm still going to be active. I'm still going to be working on myself. And that's what this all is about, is just continuing to work on yourself in any way you can. I'm the kind of guy that it's hard for me to take a break nowadays. Because when I start to even take a little bit too long of a break, I just start to think to myself about what God did for us. It's what would Jesus do right now? I know that's kind of a cliche thing to say. It's what would Jesus do? But that's really what's on my mind in those kinds of situations. It's what would Jesus do right now? What would Jesus do if he were to tell me what to do right now? What would it be? With the time that I'm given, with the opportunities that I have available, with the resources I have, with the value that I am able to give and offer to the world, what does God want me to do? And what would God do in my situation? And so the next time you're dealing with these snakes, if they ask for a reality and you have to give it to them, even if it crushes their ego, and you need to humble them, even though it's not necessarily you don't really want to do this, but they're trying to create something for no reason, you're going to have to do it. God doesn't want us to tolerate. We either are building something or we're not together. And all of these haters and all of these snakes out there, they're not going to want to see you win. They're not going to want to see you succeed. And so the best thing to do is to just As David Goggins says, torture them with success. And with that being said, I hope everybody has experienced this message with some grace. And I hope this message has been useful and insightful. And until next time, peace be with you.